Please note that the following content is not meant for children under 13. Hey everybody, it's SaskiaSketches, and today I'm doing a collab with Weblight Dreams. Now, I know what you're thinking. 2 collabs in a row, that must be a lot of work. And you'd be right, but it's nothing in comparison to what Weblight Dreams is doing at her channel. It's incredible, or like what she has been doing, because I think the day the video goes up, this will be the final day of her project, because she's doing a series on her channel called 14 Days of Love, where she posts a video every single day until the 14th of February, and that's insane. I can't even imagine how much work that must be. And I got really inspired by that, because I thought, oh, that would be a lot of fun. I know it would be a lot of work, but it would be so much fun as well. And I'm low-key considering doing like a week or 2 or maybe a month of daily uploads, but I'm gonna have to schedule that so well, because my goodness, that's gonna be so much work, and I'm gonna have to plan that out. And wow, I like huge props to her for just jumping into that and just doing it, and that's just mad respect. That's absolutely incredible. Like, wow, great job. Now, just in case you haven't heard of this amazing artist before, she posts every Monday, Wednesday, and even occasional Fridays to YouTube. So she's really on that YouTube grind. You know, it's incredible to, you know, see an artist who posts so much, because, like, wow. I mean, I can handle posting 1 time a week. It's not that difficult, but posting multiple times a week, man, I can't even imagine how I don't know how difficult that must be to handle, and to you know, juggle around with all the different things that you have to do when you're you know, working another job, and when you're having a child, because I think she has a child as well. My gosh, at least one. That must be so much work, and I've got mad respect for this person, absolutely. So please head on over to her channel after this video, because we did a video on her channel as well. But oh my gosh, you definitely have to subscribe, because she definitely has not enough subscribers yet. Like, what? She deserves so much more, and it's incredible all the work that she does, and just you absolutely need to subscribe, because her content is so much fun, because she does so many different things too. She does final pieces and sketches and hauls and unboxings and all those different things, and I think they're so much fun to watch. So you should definitely head on over and subscribe as well. And now, with that out of the way, let me talk to you about what I'm actually drawing, because for this collab we decided to do a line art swap, which is one of my favorite things to do for a collab, because it really makes you feel like you're creating together, like actually working on the same pieces. That's always a lot of fun. So we settled on drawing each other's characters. So I'm drawing an elf pirate that she made up, and she's drawn V, and you'll that's one of my characters, and you'll see that later in the video. So I'm making the line art digitally, and that's mostly because I find that the easiest to do with line art swaps, because then you can either color it digitally, or you can print it out and color it traditionally, whatever the other artist wants to do. I feel like I give them the most options that way. And oh, I had so much fun drawing this character, because there's so many fun elements in this design, especially the clothing, because I don't normally draw very detailed clothing and stuff. Yeah, I do it occasionally, and I try to get better at that, but you could usually use some inspiration, because my clothing or like the clothes that I slap on my characters is usually just a t-shirt and some pair of trousers, so I need to get better at that. But it was so much fun to draw this character, especially because they have that super cool braid. I really love drawing that. and the lipstick. I don't normally draw characters with lipstick either, but I really like how that looked. Yeah, so that big cape and everything, and the gloves and the boots, it was so much fun to do. And I had a lot of fun creating this line art. And I definitely cannot wait to see how she coloured this. I really hope she'll include some of the footage of her sketching and drawing V, my character, as well, because I'm really curious to see how that how she created him, and how that awesome image came to be, because she did an amazing job, and you'll see that in a bit when I colour her piece. And it was so much fun to do this collab with her, and I really hope that we'll do it again someday. And I also had fun trying to draw that hairband, because that hair elastic, because usually I just drew. What I usually used to do was just draw like, I don't know, like a little band around it. But then I was drawing that and was like, it doesn't look right. What's the matter with this? And then like, oh wait, when I use a hair elastic, I have to wrap it around a couple times, and it's much thinner than this. So yeah, that was fun. And I also like drawing gloves. I think gloves are just really fun, because they really make you, I don't know, they put more emphasis on the hands, I feel like, and I think that is good if you can actually draw hands. But I didn't think these looked too bad, so that was fun, I guess. And I do like the thin shirt. Was really trying to figure out how to make a shirt look super thin, because this character has quite a thin shirt, and I normally don't draw shirts that look that thin. I just draw them the way that they look, like decently thick, or like decent, like, I don't know. I don't draw them any clothing, but I had a lot of fun trying to figure this out. And those boots, those boots! I looked at a lot of references of leather boots. I don't know if these were in her original design, but I felt like she definitely needed boots. So especially with heels, because it just looked like that was something that she would wear. And I really had fun trying to figure out those folds and everything and how it would look. And I normally really strongly dislike drawing feet, but yeah, it was actually a lot of fun. And so now we've moved on to her line art, and I actually used a carbon thingy method trace thing. How do you explain that? I rubbed the back of it with pencil dust, and then I traced over the image that she drew with a pen, and that way the graphite from the other side of the page transferred over to the sketchbook paper, because as you can see, my printer was out of ink, and all the black lines turned green, so it's like, I can't use this. So that's why I just transferred it over into my sketchbook, because I really felt like that was the best way to get the image across the way it actually looked, because I couldn't really like print it out properly, because both of our printers are out of ink, so that wasn't gonna work. Yeah, whenever I do this, I'm always like, yeah, but we're gonna lose a bit of the style and the line work of this artist, but I feel like it turned out okay. I try to emulate her style a bit, and it's mostly about the picture anyway. It's not really about the line work, but yeah. And guys, I hope this goes without saying, but please do not abuse this method to copy other people's artwork and pass it off as your own. That's absolutely not what this is supposed to be for. I exclusively use this to transfer either my own artwork or sketches that other people have done for me, ones that I own because I paid for them, like a commission, or for things like this where it's very apparent that this is not my original artwork, where I'm actually yeah, big disclaimer here. I didn't draw this. This is part of a collab, okay? So if you ever use this method, be super, super sure that you don't come off as if you're trying to take someone else's artwork as your own or pass it off as your own. That's just not cool, okay, guys? Just be responsible, okay? Create your own artwork, 'cause you're an awesome artist. You can do it. Alright, so with that big exclaimer out of the way, now we've moved on to colouring, and this was very, very difficult because we were using a limited colour palette, and we got super, super lucky with the colours that we got, because we got a blue, a red, a yellow and a brown, and I also allowed myself to use a colourless blender, but man, it was really difficult because all of these colors were the same value. So the saturation was almost identical for every color, and that was super, super difficult to work with because I needed lighter tones. So that's why I allowed myself to use a colorless blender and also a block of acrylic to try to mix the colors without it getting super dark. So that's how I managed to get this cool skin tone. I was really happy about that I just mixed a bit of yellow and a bit of red, and I got a really cool skin tone out of it, and that's I really love how that came out. That brown was a lifesaver too. I really love that. I got that one because I could really shade with that, especially the red. That was super cool. But then the issue with working with the colours blender was there was dumping a whole bunch of ink on the page, and that was really making the colours bleed a lot. And I fixed that in the end with a paint marker, because I also allowed myself to use a paint marker. But it was still really difficult because, you know, if you look at the palette, that's just the way it is, it looks like a very easy challenge because these are pretty much the only colours you ever use for painting. Or like your base colors, I guess, the ones that you actually use to mix all the other ones, because you got all three primaries, and then that brown was really also handy to shade. But you gotta remember that we're working with alcohol-based markers and not with acrylics or with any other paint, or like with watercolors, because with watercolors you can add water to make your tones lighter, and with acrylic paint you can add white paint to make your colors lighter. But if you have a colorless blender, it doesn't really work like that. A colorless blender is more often used to fade a color into into nothing, but it's not often used the way that I'm using it. I don't think it's meant for transferring colors and lightening them along the way, and that's what I had the most difficulty with. But getting the lighter colors, because I needed contrast. I really, really needed contrast, and that brown was really helping shade the hair and the face and the skin tone and everything. But then it still looked so off. So then I opted to make the trousers darker. I also really love that she gave him a totally different outfit than what he normally wears. It's so much fun. It's like kind of like how would you call it? Like a modern outfit for this character. So then I opted to go over with the red to figure out if I could use that to shade or not, and that worked fairly well. And yeah, so I used the other colors to darken things, and I was you know, trying to get the contrast that way, trying to darken the tones instead of lightening them. I thought, yeah, okay, I'll worry about the lighter tones later. And at this point, I was really starting to like the way it was looking, and then I was allowing myself to use the paint mark, and I wanted to do a white border around him because I felt like the circle around him was too saturated as well. And that would normally be a really good color to use behind him, because normally V's color scheme is very, very pale, and because his outfit is white for the most part, and his wings are white, and then his hair is a lot lighter than it is here. His skin tone was pretty spot on though. Could be a bit darker, but then I so the circle behind him was just a bit too saturated. But yeah, I used the paint marker to create that border around him, and I went over with the paint marker on his shirt as well, and on the around the outlines as well, where the ink had bled through and everything. And I did some highlights too, and that was really helpful, and I really liked that. But I still thought that circle was a bit too saturated, because it really there wasn't too much contrast between his hair and his and the skin in the background. And so that's when I decided to add some stippling to the circle in red, and I really think that actually pulled it together and really helped the piece along quite a bit. Alright guys, so now we're at the end of the video, and I really wanted to thank Weblight Dreams for doing a collab with me. I had so much fun with this line art swap, and it was really a blast to color your version of V, and to actually draw your character. I had a lot of fun. Thank you so much. So I highly encourage you guys to go check out the video we did on her channel, and to watch her side of the collab. I cannot wait to see it either. I can't wait to see how she coloured my drawing, and maybe she'll include a bit of the line art footage for the way she drew V as well. I can't wait to see it. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for collabing with me again. I had so much fun, guys. So go subscribe, go show up some love. I'm really so thankful that she did this collab with me. Thank you. And who I'm also super thankful for is Ataka Duo123 on Instagram, because they drew Bert as a human. It looks so cool. In case you haven't seen my character Bert, he's a tortoise that has a lot of plants growing out of his shell, and I did not expect to see this when they asked if they could draw him, and I'm so blown away by this. It looks so cool, and I really love like the outfit and the backpack with the plants growing out of it, and it's so cool. Thank you so much for this fan art. I really loved it. And if you guys want to submit some fan art, just tag me on Instagram and I'll surely see it. I'll share it on my story, and I'll also feature you in a video. I'm so grateful for all the people who have made fan art so far, and oh my gosh, I can't wait to see more. You guys are incredible. I love featuring fan art. Just tag me, okay? Please, I want to see it. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. Please leave a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more art videos every single Friday. Have a great weekend guys, and keep on sketching. Bye!